moment. And so welcome everybody after some technical difficulties. And
So,
okay, well, let's just get doing this thing here. And here we are. We're on stream. So Middle Earth, it's April, by the way, or the end of April. We just finished that. The politics of Middle Earth. The politics of Middle Earth have been quiet. There's some stuff going on in Rudar, and the Black Numenorians down in Umbar are starting to get all uppity. But up here in the northern Vale of the Northlands, things have seemed relatively quiet, except for what the group has encountered, which we will jump right into here in a second. But since we got our introductions cut off of the video last time, I was just going to go through and do another round of introducing your character to whoever might be watching or interested. But I'll do it backwards this time because we did it the other way last time. So we'll start with Kellyan. Give us a description there, Kellyan.
Okay, so I am a fairly tall human. Fairly like skinny-ish, 157 pounds. I got long brown hair and gray eyes. What I usually wear is like a green book of wood. I have a cat face kind of me. So, I'm very well armed. I give a aura of just like attack. Not the most cool to be around, but I think it's very cool. So yeah, very short. Figure it.
Okay, Allred.
Allred is a human, also pretty tall, 6'1". He looks like he has seen some shit. Kind of a hard set face, weathered skin, like he's been outside a lot. He's wearing a nice looking red travel cloak with a very ornate clasp. That's about the only thing that looks well taken care of. His armor and weapons look like they've been well used. His mail has some holes in it, not big ones, but missing a few links here and there. And he rides a pretty badass looking black steed named Duskheart.
There we go. Willard. He might be on mute.
which is sad because that was a very spirited introduction that no one got to hear.
Casey, I can't hear you.
Oh, well, that'll explain. Hello.
There it is.
Hi, everybody.
Try again.
So I was distracted. I was sat there for a second and I didn't say anything as you guys were like, hey, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're talking to me. I'm Willard. And then I realized I can see myself partly on Bodhi's screen.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Oh, there's, the edge of Casey.
Hi. Anyway.
I was in kind of a hurry there.
What was the question? I'm a hobbit. My name's Willard. What's going on? There's crazy shit going on, and I am completely distracted because my parents haven't seen them in a while, and I'm worried that the king of Arthadane might hate me. There we go.
So what do you look like when you're worrying?
Oh, that's what we're doing. Descriptions.
Yeah.
But
yes.
Noted that a
no,
king
that's
might
right,
hate
because we
you.
missed it on the first one. Hi. I'm Willard. I've got long sideburns, a brown hair that's done pretty well up. Nice clothes, but they're definitely travel worn, almost as if and dirty. Like he hasn't been taking care of his He has been washing. He's been on the road for a while and hasn't had either had time or the wherewithal to pay attention to hygiene lately.
Okay.
Time.
Yeah, this might not be our best stream, but we've got time to go. We'll call this the special stream, where you can see parts of each other, and we'll have some audio, and but we'll get some fun stuff done. Gundyr, what's so fun about Gundyr? Also, describe him.
Well, I think the funnest part about Gundyr is like how he like tries to people, and he's not good at it.
It is pretty cute.
But the way he's described is he's got he's a big guy, over 6 feet tall, massive muscles, long black hair, blue eyes, walks around with wearing heavy armor. But when he's not wearing heavy armor, he still has this like white warg pelt that he wears around his waist, and he also wears a white warg helmet to cover his face. He also wields a great axe, which is obviously well used. And then other than that, he mostly he spends a lot of time walking around camp without a shirt on.
Oh.
So a question I had
Just,
after last time
showing off.
was with the warg helmet. Does it have like skin on it, or is it just a bone?
Oh, it's got skin on it.
That's gross. By the way, Willa does not say that out loud, ever.
Right. Well, even if you did say it, he would just put the helmet on, and that way you couldn't see how sad he was.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, because normally I'm worried about how sad Gundyr looks.
As we all are.
Yeah.
What? Yep. Is this a good maybe opportunity? I remember asking Gundyr like something about his background, and Rob, you answered it, but I don't remember what the answer was. I could go back and watch the stream, but busy and stuff. Do you remember what we talked about?
I don't remember.
No worries.
It's okay. It's relax session today. Nestriel.
Mm-hmm.
I am a Mirkwood elf. I'm average height for my kind, so almost as tall as most of these people, but still significantly taller than Willard. I have silver blonde hair and blue-gray eyes. I'm in relatively nice-looking traveling clothes. I have the only notable items on me are the fact that I have a ton of belt pouches and pockets and things, scroll cases, because she's a little bit of a nerd. And I have a silver chain that has a white gem on it that I really don't bother hiding all that much, but it's probably the only thing that you're like, ooh, shiny. And then I distract you with herbs and books and nerd stuff, because that's what she does. Other than that, I have a short bow and arrows that I promise I'm good at, and a dagger.
Well, we got to see some of that in the last session about what was going good and what was going bad from, shooting perspective. I believe that the Hobbit was 3 for 3, and the elf was something
1 for 3.
I hit one of them, but I didn't hit it hard enough to kill it.
The only non-killing strike of the combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that's all good.
It's good.
She stole a body. So.
Yeah. To recap that, let's we found some orcs, and they had a box, and inside the box was an elf, and we stole the body of the elf out of the box, left the box, fought the orc captain in a duel and won.
Yeah,
although there's some rumor that he might not have been dead when you all left. We'll see.
I don't believe it.
And then I ran into a strange elf that was a lot like the dead elf, that talked in a language that wasn't quite elvish. And were having an okay time until the sunset when the spirit of the dead elf wraithed up.
And now it's gonna die.
Yep.
I think it's already dead.
Well, it's gonna he's gonna die more.
But has it had a second death miss?
Right. The double tap did not happen. I'll make sure it does this time, guys. I got it.
Yeah, hobbits have second breakfast. Wraiths have second deathness.
Right.
Orcs have second burpness. I don't know.
Oh.
I think that's stretching it.
Ugh, gross.
It's probably a belch rather than a burp. Technically a orc. Anyways, so to set that scene, which is where we're obviously going to start, you are all sitting kind of. It's actually you're on the northern, the headwaters of the Anduin. It's really pretty nice area. You're kind of out in. It's an open area, but you're kind of nestled up against some trees, where you'd set up camp. But as you saw the sun set over the misty mountains, the form of the elf, kind of in gray and blacks, stood up from the body. Does everyone remember where they were?
My sword was pointed towards its throat.
I recall you being like on the body, kind of with the sword. Yeah. So
Yep.
you're staring right at the wraith.
Yep. I believe my elf friend said no, stop, or something to the like.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
So I'm attempting to
Did you-
communicate with this other elf.
Did you chop its head off?
She tried
No,
to.
she nearly was gonna,
Yeah,
but
It did not happen currently.
Not yet.
Okay,
currently.
good.
Sure,
Good.
it's
That's probably a
fine.
good thing. I would like to be standing a healthy distance away from this.
That sounds good. And Nestriel you were directly with the other elf, correct?
Yes, I was attempting to talk to her, although she did not appear terribly amenable. She called me not people, if I remember.
Yeah.
It's a pretty solid insult. Okay. Okay. So I think the wraith, it's standing there right next to you, Killian. You can turn and you can kind of see like those dark pinpoints of eyes in the blackness. You can make out the elf. There's definitely a similarity between it and the body.
Mm-hmm.
And and everything has gone like dreadfully cold all around you. Like the moisture on the grass is frosted up. There's the chill that runs through your bones. It all seems really, for lack of a better term, evil.
Yeah, give me one good reason right now, and I don't take my eyes off of the wraith. Why I should not kill it right now. 1 second, go.
So the thing.
I was just gonna hastily translate that.
Well, the elf that's standing there, the other elf, the live elf, says something that sounds vaguely like an elven curse. You're still working on the exact translation. And turns her bow toward it and takes a shot.
Oh.
I believe what the elf said was, "Oh shit."
Like a shot towards whom?
Well, it is sort of your direction.
All right, well, I'm gonna behead it.
Okay, let's roll some initiative.
Question mark?
Thank you, Willard.
Boy, I love rolling initiative first thing.
As is tradition.
Oh,
Great.
I'm glad I have all these hit points.
You know it's gonna be a good session when your first roll of the night is a natural one.
You're still working on that translation. There aren't a lot
Is
of
that really
Elvish
what
curse
she
words, to be clear.
All right, I got 15.
Ugh. All right.
Oh, I haven't even got my stuff out yet. Okay. Okay, so above 20? Anybody?
I don't think so.
Oh boy.
Nope.
How about 20?
No.
Not even close.
Oh boy, team.
Guys,
Okay, I'm excited then.
not.
Oh no.
I am. I want to know what happens before I go.
When the GM says that they're excited, this is nothing to be excited about.
Okay, Kellyanne, does an 18 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Does an 18 hit me? What do you think?
I mean, there are party members that have, like, armor classes. You just
I mean,
might
I
not
do
be
have
one of them.
armor class of 17. Still.
Yeah, if you could,
Pointed.
if you could get on our level, that'd be great.
Would it be with the disadvantage?
No.
No. I mean, emotionally, like distraught, is she?
Emotionally.
Unless you have something that says that spirits of evil attack you at disadvantage.
Nope, not yet.
Okay. So you take 18 points of damage as basically darkness extends from its hand right next to you and just kind of covers you and wraps
Oh,
you
the
up in
wraith.
dark tentacles.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh shit.
So is that like, so it's grappling me?
It
Or can I
looks
still
like
at
it's just extending its darkness over you.
Ah,
It's
well,
real fun.
that's fine.
You need to make a saving throw.
oh.
Strength saving throw.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there'll be another one too, but we'll get to it in a second.
Yay.
Okay, 19.
That is enough. You are able to break free from the grasp of the darkness, but you need to make a corruption save to avoid the touch of shadow.
Corruption? What?
Oh dear God.
It's okay. I have a T for that.
I don't have anything against him. What kind of a person am I? You said it was a what check?
It's corruption, so it's going to be a wisdom check. It
Oh, God.
acts just like a wisdom save, except for you might have some special abilities against corruption, like
Yeah.
hobbits do, for instance. Good old hobbits.
That's why
Huzzah.
they're always involved.
See, Gandalf wasn't using us, Frodo and Bilbo, because they're actually, special, thieves. Is because they're resistant to shadow.
Shadow.
Okay, how'd it go over there, Kellyanne?
It's a 16.
16 is good enough. You resist the touch of shadow at the moment. And we move on to the next initiative below 20. 19. 18.
Hey!
We got one.
Yeah, but the elf with the bow also got an 18, so I'm going to let her shot go off first because
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely has the higher dex.
Yep.
her first shot is actually a critical.
Ah, great.
Ooh.
So, Kellyanne, what's your... No, never mind. It's actually against the wraith. You're good.
I would giggle.
Not only that, though, there's almost like a little bit of a flash of light as it hits. And
This is great, guys. Feeling good about it.
and she rolls really badly on damage.
Oh, great. Perfect.
Thank you.
Just so you're aware.
I'm very happy to be aware of that.
Wait,
Okay.
she's attacking the wraith, right?
Yes, she attacked the wraith. And the arrow mostly passed through, but it left kind of a thing, and there is a little bit of a shriek from the wraith, and it turns its eyes from Kellyanne, that's standing right there, towards the wraith, and she mutters under her breath something that's pretty close to, "I am sorry, brother."
Would normal lore tell me anything about how to fight a wraith?
You're really looking at shadow lore for that.
Okay, shadow lore. Okay. Well, in that case, I don't know, I'm gonna hit with my sword. I don't imagine I have a shield right now, so I'm just gonna two-hand this sword, which that could give me more damage. What is that thing? All-out attack gives me the advantage on attack rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Reckless
Yes.
attack.
Reckless attack. I'm gonna do that. That seems like a good idea. Does a 24 hit?
Yes, it does.
Oh, thank goodness. I was gonna be real upset if it didn't.
So would the rest of us.
Yeah, right. I think it's time to leave, guys.
Right.
I mean,
10 points of damage from my longsword.
okay. You get right up to the wraith when you do that,
Uh-huh.
and you can feel the cold that's next to it, and its eyes stare at you as you stab it with the sword, and the sword mostly just passes through it. Doesn't seem to do a lot to it.
Nope. You need a special kind of sword first
I
up.
don't have one of those.
Hmm?
Oh.
Well, this went well. Haha.
How about
We
17?
got this.
16? 15?
15.
I got a
Oh.
15.
I got 15 too. What's your dex?
My dex is 14.
Ah, I beat you.
All right.
Kellyan is
go.
also standing right next to it, so we'll go with Kellyan.
Yeah, that makes sense. Go.
Okay, so that is. All right, does an 18 hit?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So then I'm going to use my little longsword. Oops, wrong one. So then that is a. That's 7. And then my bonus 20.
20.
Yeah. I get a +2.
Oh, that's your hit, right? Yes. Or no,
Yes,
is that...
that was my damage. I rolled a 7 plus 6 plus my 2.
is 15.
15. Oh my god, math. Sorry.
Math is hard. It's
It
true.
is.
Let's go shopping.
No.
Kellyan, as a slayer of evil and finder of that, do you have any specials for, like, damaging evil things? I don't think you do. I don't recall any.
No, not yet. Yeah, not yet.
So you feel right away that your sword isn't as effective against this beast. This is the first time you've really faced down like an actual wraith. They're not very common. Like to say, not common at all.
Mhm.
So,
Which is a very good thing.
so you're not 100% sure what to do with it. Your sword and the heart of a Dunedin is certainly something that fends it off. It shrunk from the blow a bit,
But
but
like
it
not like
all,
the body. Like if you like just like the hold on. First off, can I do it like a knowledge check first? Like if you kill the body, will you kill the race?
you don't think so. So I assumed you were attacking the wraith.
It's
Yeah, it was.
already dead.
Right. Well, you never know. It's kind of like Dracula. You just put a stake in its heart and call it good.
Yes, the group has a discussion about Dracula.
All right. So I did do nothing.
Gundyr.
Well, this is definitely out of my wheelhouse. So I'm just gonna throw a hand axe at it and see if that does anything.
I believe in you, man.
It's gonna be does a 19 hit?
Yes.
All right. That is going to be a whopping 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points of damage.
Okay. Similar to the other attacks, of course, as your hand axe, you do not think you've got most of its attention compared to the others nearby.
Oh.
Okay, so it goes right through it.
I
I
probably
mean,
dodged to a side. Ah!
it slowed down a bit when it did it and kind of collapses onto the ground behind it. Yeah.
I'm going to have to think on this one.
That was 15.
Yep.
We have a 14, a 13, a 12. I guess it must be Willid next, right? Because Nestriel's got to be at the end.
Well, maybe. I probably have a better dex than her. I rolled a 2.
Oh, well, I rolled a 1, and my mod
Oh.
is 1, so I have a total of 2.
I get to go on 6. Okay.
Gonna go on 6.
Go for it.
I'm gonna run over. I'm gonna. Did we do this already? I'm gonna search the body. I'm gonna grab it. It's half in, like, maybe. Is it like in the river still at all?
No, you guys
We
have drug it
are
up to
at
camp.
camp.
Okay.
We have already
I'm
searched
gonna
it for
try and
things.
we already searched it.
Yep.
Pick its pocket.
I go to. I'm gonna grab a torch and stick it in the fire and light it in the. We have a campfire.
Yes.
I let it in the fire, and then that's probably unless I have another action, I'll huck it at the.
No, that it will probably take you all around to get a torch lit. But once you've got something like a torch on fire, that sounds like a
And
good
then
strategy.
I look like I'm gonna charge at it. Yeah, like very fearful and brave at the
good.
same time.
Fearful.
Nestriel.
So I'm gonna desperately search through the annals of my brain for anything to do with banshees, real quick.
Okay. Give me a shadow lore.
What is my modifier? 18.
Okay. So generally, when fighting the race of the undead, from your understanding, you want the power of light and or like the Valar. You know, the sort of these greater powers that are that point out to the undead that they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Oh, good. Magic. That's readily available.
Hey, you're not supposed to be doing that. God.
I don't suppose any of you in the party have access to holy magic? The light of the Valar? Anything? No?
I still have a
Alright.
couple fireworks.
Is fire light of Valar magic?
I don't think that's the same thing, Willard.
Well,
Um,
but Nestriel, I mean, fire is still light. It's still.
Fire is still light. Give it a shot. The worst it can do is do the same as everything else.
Fire, got it.
Great, I'll keep it distracted.
The only person with fire is currently Willard, so I'm going to kneel over to him and tell him very quickly a story about a time when a hobbit did a really cool thing to inspire him with the scholarly die. So you get a d6 inspiration.
Well, that's real. That's great and all, but we kind of got bigger things. Oh, I am quite inspired by that. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm gonna go hide by this other elf now.
It's scholarly inspiration, so it's a lot like, hey, have you thought about the fire might be brighter if you, I don't know, or something like that, you know.
If you wave it really fast, it gets white hot, which is closer. Not too fast though. Don't put it out. And go get him.
Okay, well, good for you, Kelly, and you said you'll distract it, and it's right there.
Right.
Uh,
I'm doing it.
so one hand is raised to point towards you, and the other hand points towards the elf.
No, it's not good to point.
Well, I mean, it's very, you know, like they've got the claws and hand and they're and out there. So
It can point.
So it's going to do the thing. It misses you, Kellyanne. Good for you.
Woo! Cat like 3
That's
successes.
super good.
It does
Right,
not
I know.
miss
18.
the fellow elf. And
Good.
so you'd already run into the beams of darkness, so you like roll out of the way or something as you do that. She, on the other hand, gets encompassed.
Do we have to do everything?
Kind
And
of.
it doesn't look like she made her strength save, so she is currently grappled by the darkness.
Does she have anything on her that could kill it? Maybe?
She is totally carrying a sword. The only person close to that would be Nestriel.
All right, Nestriel.
It's really good with swords.
Nestriel, throw it to me. We got it.
Gotcha.
Okay?
I can probably do that.
Yeah, I can. I feel like you can throw things, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. After that, it's actually her turn. And yeah, she's not useful at the moment. So
Yeah. Are you? Was she ever?
End of turn
Yes.
saves.
I
Oh
mean,
boy.
open for discussion, but we'll move on to Kellyan's turn here.
So I shout these like the idea over to my elven friend, and then I decide that I'm just gonna distract this guy, and keep his attention all on me, so he ignores the hobbit with the big white flashy thing. So I think what I'm gonna do is I am going to try to intimidate it
Oh,
or something.
okay.
Let me roll. Oh boy. That was a 1.
Doing good tonight, team. Natural 20s everywhere.
Grand total, it's 4.
So you're like, oh, it's an evil dark thing that I can't seem to hurt and might suck my soul. So I'm just
Yeah.
going to try and intimidate it.
Right.
And
Good.
you intimidate it so well it doesn't even notice you.
That's what I was going for. So yeah, good. Go team.
Yay!
As
This is great.
as it strides towards the other elf, and which is also towards most of the rest of the party. I mean, Gundir's right there, and
Well,
it
then,
starts
you know
going that
what?
direction.
I'm just gonna tackle him to the ground.
Right.
Her talking is done. It's going towards like my friends, so I'm gonna tackle.
Okay, give me tackle.
All right, what is that?
I mean, it's a strength-based attack.
All right,
Probably athletics if you have it.
You're probably
I
considered
yeah,
proficient.
totally. So that's a 21. Better this time, guys.
So you succeed at
Going through it.
jumping at it and grabbing at it.
Great.
Succeed? Succeed?
So Gundir, or not Gundir, Alred. Excuse me if I get the two of you confused. I don't know why that would happen. Anyways,
Hey,
Alred, you're like there with your spear, ready to stab it again. It starts taking your direction, and then you see Kellyan's head come through it, arms out. The head is covered in frost.
Ugh.
And Kellyan is making a corruption save and taking 2 points of cold damage.
Because that's what you get for tackling a ghost.
Right. Well, it was coming towards you guys. My intelligence is quite questionable.
now she tells us.
Dump stat.
Oh.
Right. So what was the corruption save? How much did you have
Wisdom.
to make for?
Wisdom.
Well, it's higher this time for some reason.
Maybe the direct contact.
14.
14 is not enough.
Nope.
You
didn't
have
think
gotten
so.
yourself a shadow point, so you can put a.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, sounds like dog.
Sorry, that was him. So what was it? How many corruption points? Sorry.
Oh, he's very upset about this.
I believe the dog said 3.
Jesus.
I mean, I only said 1, so listen to whichever one you want.
1 it is. Okay, so 1 corruption. Where do you even put that?
There's a shadow point right under, if you've got the Adventures in Middle Earth character sheet, right under your abilities.
Charisma.
There's a shadow point, and they're in 2 categories. They're in shadow point and permanent shadow point. This is not a permanent shadow point. This is just a normal shadow point.
Yeah.
It actually takes a
Okay.
lot to get permanent shadow points, but they're really bad when you get them.
Yeah. Okay. All right, got it.
Away.
Got it. All right, go team.
Okay. So the good news is you did not tackle it. No, wait, that's bad news.
Right.
As you sit there for a moment and have flashbacks about, and as hope reels over you that you will never be able to defeat the shadow, and particularly this shadow, and you stand there for a moment and get a point of shadow, and then it's Alred's turn, who's standing right there.
Yeah, so somebody said something about a sword that maybe we should get. So why don't I delay until someone tosses me that sword? And I'll probably just like put mine down and just be like, "Yo, give me the sword."
That we may or may not have.
Look, I never guaranteed I could get it from her, all right?
Or that it is the sword we need.
Well, Gunder, you get a chance to respond. It's your turn.
Yeah, well, I'm going to reach into my pack and grab some oil, and I'm going to douse the blade of my great axe with oil.
Oh, I'm so ready for the flaming axe.
Because I'm hitting the note button on this. I'm lighting my axe on fire and going after it.
This thing has a nope button. Why didn't we do that to begin with?
Yeah, I've heard that. You just have to find it. It's hard. Kellyan's looking for it somewhere.
Yep, she's on the ground.
I don't think she's found it, though.
No, I am just a sad, pathetic pile of no.
Just roll close to the fire and warm back up.
Great. I have my frosted tips going, guys. 90s are coming back.
Boy.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so you take the round to get your axe on fire.
Yep.
Obviously, the fire's not going to last very long on the axe, but it'll give you 1 or 2 rounds of flaming axe thing.
It'll last a couple rounds anyway.
Enough to do some damage.
Right.
Hopefully.
And then we're on to our hobbit, Willid.
And at first I look like I'm gonna throw it at a distance. Then I decide to change my mind and I charge at it. And then again at the last minute I change my mind again and I stop like 10 feet away from it and then throw it.
Okay.
That's gonna be what happened to my dice? Roll there. Sorry. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We're good.
I got this.
Doing good,
I
team.
got this. Ooh, that's not a D20. Go. Am I proficient in this? It's not. It's 12 at best.
Yes, you are proficient. It counts as a simple weapon, and you're proficient in those.
So 12.
But a 12 will not hit it.
And then I run away and I hide.
So Elred, you're sitting there like, okay, I'm ready, and you put up the hand, and then he throws you a torch.
I'll take it. Whatever.
Give me the sword, torch. Oh, good enough.
Sword.
Hey, can I hit him with it?
Run away.
If you want to use your held action to attack with the torch, you can do so.
I definitely will do that.
Perfect.
Oh, hey, I got another 24.
Oh, yay. One of us is doing well.
Yeah. What kind of dice should I roll for this thing?
Torch or it counts as a club with an extra fire damage in theory.
So D6.
It's probably a bad club though, so D4 for the torch and D4 for the fire.
All
I
right, all
forgot to
right.
yell my. Oh well.
All right, so the physical damage is a whopping 5 with my strength modifier. And the fire is a whopping 1 on top of that. Yeah.
It's a lot of wops.
I rolled 2 ones.
Wop wop wop.
Whopping.
Did you? I got distracted by a kitten, but anyways, okay.
Do we-
How much was the fire damage again?
1.
Okay, that was exciting.
Yep. It went
Uh,
well.
It does not. It does seem to not like the fire though, so that's the thing.
Well, next round we'll see what happens.
And you got the torch, and you definitely have its attention.
Uh-oh.
Oh, great. Somebody does.
I mean,
Uh,
didn't all out of 10.
Did you not want its attention?
No.
Nestriel.
Anyway,
Are you?
moving on.
Have you healed since your duel?
Um,
Yeah, he did.
Moving.
At least a little bit.
I have an idea. Is our random elf lady still grappled by the shadow?
Yes.
Her sword.
Okay, I need to make a decision. Where's the D4?
Oh no. Not again.
You know what happened last time to the
Just
Yeah,
do
it was great. Don't
Just
worry
do
about
it.
it.
You really need a dice for this
So,
one.
I'm gonna look at the elf lady and see if I can figure out where the fuck her sword is, and then remember that she's covered in creepy shadow, and I don't really want to touch that. So I'm gonna search around for my pouch of hag's weed, which, when smoked, removes a point of shadow from whoever has smoked it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take my hag's weed out, see the torch in Alred's hands, toss the hagweed at him because he has fire and I don't have fire, and say, "Light this!" And then hopefully
Ooh,
that'll
that
help.
that is clever.
Yeah.
All right.
Cody's gonna save us all, guys.
Can we make a
Whoa.
player petition that this will help? Is that how this works?
I mean, you always can do that. You always can make player petitions. Whether they're successful is a whole other issue.
That's fair.
Okay. I
That
think
is-
that's it for
That
the
is my
round.
action.
I just realized that chat posted a note button for us.
Yes,
Yes.
they did. Okay. It's evil wraith time. I mean, actually, I don't want to say evil. I don't want to give you any additional.
You don't want to label it.
Yeah, we know it's evil.
Does it identify as evil though?
There are shades
mean-
of gray.
No.
So,
Mm,
so Elred, at this point, you've got
Uh-oh.
most of its attention. So one of its hands comes right at you.
uh-oh.
The other one, is probably pointed at the hobbit that ran up with the torch.
Hey, I ran off and
Oh,
hid.
no.
Remember?
Oh, you
I forgot
did,
to roll
didn't
high.
you?
I forgot to roll. I got a. Wait, no, I'm good at hiding. 13.
So
Oh boy.
I'm really good at hiding.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So then it's going to be Gundyr, right? Or because
Oh, it doesn't see me. Suck it.
Oh, wow.
Suck my hobbit.
I have good news. Allred, your armor class is above 10, right?
Yeah.
And Gundyr, your armor class is way above 10, right? Because you're the
Oh.
heavy armored dude.
Oh yeah, well above 10.
10 isn't the number that matters here, but it's close enough.
Right.
Suffice to say that the dark shadows, you guys have like decided they're bad after what you've seen happen, and have decided not to get engulfed by the darkness that extends from its
Yeah,
hands.
yeah. As
And
the
you
kids say, Hundo P.
Centipede, not touching that.
and that's what you do. You managed to do that. So good job.
Yay!
It's still cold and all of that, but and dark and evil and menacing. Excuse me. But for the moment, the party is not any further scathed. Uh, then it's Kellyan's turn. You're on the ground at its feet, Kellyan.
I mean, I've been in worse positions before, I guess. So I roll away, I guess. And I get to my feet. And then I look over at gosh. You know what? I'm looking over who has a sword now?
The elf lady should still have it because she's covered in shadow, and I didn't want to touch it after seeing what happened to you when you touched it. It seemed like a bad idea.
Stupid smart elf.
I impart some wisdom onto you about how to better toss it whoever you choose. And so now you get a D6.
Smart elf or Alred, who has flames?
Smart elf.
Oh, so smart elf.
Yeah. Smart elf, yeah.
Grr.
You're going to need it when you toss it.
You're gonna need it when you toss it.
Ah, okay.
Or on that corruption save, or on that save my soul from the dark evils of the world roll.
Right.
I'm
Something
going to get between me and, like, if I can, I want to get between the wraith and the bound elf.
That would essentially be jumping in front of it, which you're okay to do. You can roll to the side and then jump to the front, where Gundyr and Alred are preparing to mount a defense.
Right, and I'll just be like maybe a step behind them.
Just let them handle this.
Right.
They're fire.
Yep, because they have fire, so a step behind. So I'm the secondary defense. Because this makes sense in my militaristic mind. The backup.
Okay,
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do.
sounds good. We'll move to Alred.
Okay, well, you only kill things by doing them lots of damage, so I'm gonna do a reckless attack here, and hope that I hit it a bunch.
Don't forget to light my hag's wave.
Right, yes. Maybe I'll do that.
You don't have to. You could just drop it on the ground. Either or.
Well, you threw me a bag, and I'm like, light it? What are you talking about?
Light it. I believe in you.
Can I use my second attack to light it?
You could probably use. Sure, we'll just go that way.
Okay.
Yeah, like a bonus action or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking probably bonus action for it, or reaction. It's not going to be that hard, right? Because essentially lighting it in your case is, I put the bag on the torch and see what happens.
Yeah.
So
we'll do that and bash him with the fiery bit.
So, Nestriel, I assume that you threw the bag and not just the weed, right? So it's going to take a second to burn through your bag.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me your attack there, Alred.
A 20 hits.
Yes.
And that's even better. So I got 2 hits. Let's see.
Reckless hits, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Reckless attacks.
I do. Do you want these separately? I imagine.
Yeah, granular would be good.
Okay. The first attack does 7 physical and again 1 fire.
It's not a very hot fire.
And then the second attack does 5 physical and 3 fire.
Ooh.
Okay. It steps back from you, as now that you're like waving that around wildly. and creating that. And you've actually got it to retreat.
All right. That seems good.
It does not seem to like the fire. Gundyr. Speaking of fire,
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna run up to it and smack it with the flaming axe to drive the point home.
I mean, the good news is you get a lot of followers on YouTube for this running with the flaming axe thing. It looks great.
It looks great.
Are you recklessly attacking too, or are you just?
I think I'm gonna reckless attack. Because why not? All the kids are doing it. That's gonna be a 22 to hit, and a crit.
Goodness gracious.
Well, the crit is really important in this case because the fire damage is a dice,
Right.
so it's going to double your fire damage.
Which is,
I mean,
yeah.
it's only D4 fire damage, right? Because flaming
Right.
axe isn't that hard, but you do get to roll the 2D4 as well as your 2D12, right?
Yep.
Or yeah. So give me some damage.
Max physical damage, so that's going to be 16 points of physical damage and then 2 points of fire for the first attack. And then the second attack is going to be... Ooh, that's pretty good. That's going to be 8 points of fire damage and 20 points of axe damage.
Dang.
Barbarians, man.
Mm-hmm. Slayer.
Word.
Sorry, Slayers. Different class names.
That continues its retreat from the fire. Willid, what do you do?
So I'm hidden. I've not died yet. It's the fire thing seemed to work out pretty well. I'm gonna get more fire. Do I have any stuff in my bag? Do I have? Nope, don't have. I don't carry. Who carries a bunch of oil in their pack? Not me. I'm gonna go over to the thing. Is there any like bush or something where I can get a lot of fire?
Oh no.
God.
You could totally light a nearby tree on fire.
Yes, great. I'm gonna start letting shit on fire.
Oh God.
Willard, why?
It doesn't like the fire.
That doesn't mean you burned down the forest.
Well, Nick, we can keep it in a semicircle. We can
Forest would
trap
be
him.
fine.
Yeah.
Well, I like this plan.
As a wood elf, I am deeply offended.
I rolled a 9. I don't know.
Nine.
It's probably
The light
survival.
thing out there.
Lighting fires is probably survival. So I don't know if you're proficient in that.
It's an
Probably not.
11.
But
It's an
that
11.
okay. However, lighting a tree on fire with a torch isn't the hardest thing that people can do. So a 10 is good enough, but it won't be fast.
It's like jumping to
Those branches look dead. Huh?
slightly high branches.
Yeah. Need to find a tree with some low branches for the hobbit. But yeah, okay. Nestriel, the hobbit is lighting the forest on fire.
Willard!
In addition, there's like
Willard, no!
an elf struggling with the
I'm not lighting the
darkness
forest on fire, just one tree.
that might be eating your soul right next to you.
Willard, please don't light the forest on fire. I have other things to do right now. Then I'm gonna turn and glare at the darkness that is surrounding this elf, and then glare at Ardunadine, who's telling me to grab the damn sword anyway. And then I'm gonna try and grab the damn sword anyway.
Oh no.
Okay. Let's do Dex.
Thank God.
You got
and
it.
I think it's just straight Dex.
All right, so it's a 17 for
Hey, that
straight
sounds good.
dex. I rolled very well.
Did you? 17 is going to be enough. You do come in contact with the blackness briefly,
Mm.
and it makes you feel bad.
Oh.
But otherwise does not appear to have an impact. But you pull out
Oh,
the
phew.
sword. The sword, you're expecting like shiny sword, right? Because that's what swords do. They're like made of metal. But you don't get that. It's dark and it doesn't reflect the light at all. And with all the like fire and stuff around, it's hard to make out a lot of the rest of the details. Although you are an elf, you guys have night vision, so you can see that it almost looks like it's made of glass.
Oh. I debate for like 2 full seconds, taking an experimental swing, and then no, I probably shouldn't, and I toss it to Kellyanne.
Okay. I mean, I'm kind of close to you. Can't you just hand it to me?
Oh yeah, I guess I can. Tap tap. Here you go.
Bam.
Okay,
All right.
I think that tossing the sword isn't an issue. It's not. Kellyan's not in the middle of combat. You guys are fine.
Yay.
It is lighter than you expected, but and looks different, of course, Kellyan. But you've got it now.
All right. Now I can now I feel better about myself. This is great. As long as I don't roll a one. Knock on wood.
Well, the wraith is retreating. There's a snarl on its pasty elven
It
features,
can't retreat.
and however, it doesn't seem to care about Kelly, and it cares about the two flame-wielding, dark individuals in front of it, and
Understandably.
who are both has advantage to attack both of them. So it's ready to go, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Alred. I probably should have mentioned before that it gets advantage to hit us. When
Oh, don't worry, I know.
So I've got good news and bad news.
Tell us the good news.
It didn't critical.
Yay!
Hey.
But it did end up with a 19 against both of you, and that's the base roll. So it's going to hit either way. It's going to hit for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
So you're each taking 18 points of necrotic damage.
I'm still good. I'm still good.
Okay.
And the good news is you're making strength saves. Because you
Oh.
both get advantage
Yeah,
on those and are both really strong.
Yep.
Your target number is 16, but you need to do that now.
Woo! I rolled a 20!
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I got an 18. I'm good.
Okay. Was that a critical 20 there, Aaron?
Yes.
You're like, this darkness can't hold me, and you like it shrinks away from your torch. And in fact, this must be exactly when the hagweed is starting to kick in, because even as the tendrils of darkness start to encompass you, the smoke from the hagweed seems to dissipate them.
Oh, sweet.
And you can even see that like that smoke, the wraith steps back from it as well. And since everybody's still standing, it's Killian's turn.
Go get him.
All right. So I'm gonna go and attack him. Because hey, might as well. And I'm gonna try to keep him from trying to escape. So maybe pit him between like me and then the other two. Let me roll and see if I actually do anything. So is it like a long sword then, right?
It is in fact a longsword,
Okay.
because
treat it like that.
this is where the myth of longswords was created. So it's definitely one of them.
Perfect. All right. So I got a 19. Oh. 21. Yeah, 19.
19 hits. It's larger than that. Let's see here. I'm doing some math in my head, but okay.
So it hits. So then I just roll a regular D8 for it.
Yes, that you do.
Oh, same thing. Okay, I got a 15. No, actually no. 14. Because it's not my sword. So 14.
Okay. You got 14 points of damage.
Yep.
The sword flashes with like a dim, like a not a bright light, but like kind of a I don't know, gray light would be, I guess, is what we'll say for now, and it bites into the monster shade, and that looks like it is Alred's turn.
Yeah, so I'm gonna actually just approach the wraith, and I'm gonna take the bag that is burning, and it might be getting a little hot now, but I'm just gonna accept this, and I'm just gonna like try to shove it into its chest.
Oh dear.
It's legit. I like it. You got flair. Points for flair.
So
Yeah.
it's fun because you basically have set the bag on fire, right? So you've got this flaming bag and this torch.
Yep.
And you essentially punch it with the bag.
Yeah.
In the chest area.
Uh-huh.
Because that's what you do.
Yeah. And we're gonna do this recklessly, because it already sounds real reckless. I'm gonna just guess I have proficiency with punching, so.
Sure do.
All right. How about 22?
Yeah. Yeah, you've smashed the hagweed into the wraith. It already has kind of a look of with the fire and now with the sword, and it's the shadow that is it retreats from your steps, and 1 second after roll a dice. Disappears in the darkness behind you. Or not behind you. Behind it.
It's behind me! Ah!
I mean, stranger things have happened, right, Wraiths? But no.
Him, yeah, same thing.
No, it just kind of fades into the darkness behind you. You cannot see it.
Are you sure I can't see it?
You don't think it's there.
Where the hell did it go? Can I roll a knowledge check?
Nestriel, should I light the tree on fire?
No, don't light the tree up. Give me that.
There's like one branch on fire right now, and Nestriel's like stamping it out or something, right?
Okay, so my
Throwing
DC
wine on it.
is 15. Check yield additional info on the nature of the haunting. So race, shades, ghosts, and I got
Yes.
21.
Okay, you're pretty sure that it is not defeated, but that it's like destroyed, I should say, but that it kind of gave up its current form or something similar, and it ran away.
But it will come back because it's its body, right?
You think so? Yes.
Okay.
Hey,
the rest of the group.
Nope, I killed a wraith.
Do you have my flaming bag of hagweed? Can I borrow that for a second? Thanks.
Hot potato.
Thanks. And I'm gonna do a circle around our extra elf to get the shadow to go away. And I'm gonna let the bag finish burning.
As soon as you go back that direction, the shadow is fading, and
okay,
she is standing up again, bow in hand, looking around. With an arrow knocked.
I do my best to translate between the two. It is gone. We've scared it off.
It will be coming back.
I was worried that the whole tree was going to light on fire.
No, it will be coming back. And I come over and I give her back her sword. And I kind of look apologetic for it too. I'm like, I'm sorry about your brother, but I mean, he'll be coming back. We did not defeat him completely.
We didn't?
No, he's not dead. I mean, he'll come back. We just scared him off.
I really thought I got him.
Of course not.
You can still. It'll make you feel better.
Yeah.
Only the elders know how to handle the spirits.
I swear to God, if she's speaking common right now.
No, it's Elven still. So really, only the scholars are picking any of this up.
I'm just gonna be a direct translator as best I can for this conversation.
Oh, I see what your point is. Yeah.
So I have my head bowed and I have like the hilt over to her, like like.
You're returning her sword?
Yes, I am.
That's good because she's got an arrow pointed at you. So yeah, she lowers that arrow and takes the sword.
See, friends.
And friends,
Sweet
really?
friend and enter.
Give her a couple of days. She won't even remember I exist. It's fine.
Melon.
Keep saying that. Don't worry about it later.
Was my pronunciation not right?
So things are calmer now?
Yes.
She still seems on edge.
So, what do we do now?
We wait for it to come back.
Oh, can I
Seems like a plan.
like take a nap?
Yeah. We can go back on watch. I'll probably stay up for a while though.
Well, what I can do is I can tell a very a story that might inspire you guys to heal up faster.
Okay, good.
You're amenable to a story.
I mean, if it makes me heal, then yeah, because
Hell yeah, brother.
All right. So let's see. Where should I start? Something that.
So Kellyanne, before you get into like we go to sleep tonight, the elf that you're with isn't like, I mean, she hasn't calmed down yet. She doesn't look like she's about ready to go to sleep.
I'm going to stay up with the elf. The elves are going to stay up together.
She's walking over to her brother's body, kneeling down by it, and bows her head, stands up, looks at, says, I do not know what to do. Are you elder? Talking to Nestriel.
No. I have not yet actually done the amount of math required to figure out how old Nestriel is, but she is not an elder by any means.
Does she need help, like returning the body somewhere? Like, wasn't she talking about that earlier, Nestriel?
Yes, she needs to get him to a shaman so his spirit can go to however the fuck you say that word.
I mean, you can relay to her on my behalf. I know how it is losing family and how important it is. I would volunteer to go to help take the body.
Convenient. I mean, defending against the wraith would be a lot easier with more people, and then I translate that to our elf as well, that we offer our assistance in getting her brother's body where it needs to go.
Maybe you should have kept the casket.
Maybe, but there were a lot of orcs, and as much as I trust the four of you to be able to kill orcs, this seemed easier at the time.
Well, I mean, I did defeat Grazul, their captain, in single combat.
You said you did.
Mm-hmm. I'm just reiterating.
Mm-hmm.
While they're having their bragging contest, I'm going to relay to the elf, to the best of my ability, how we got her brother's body, including the box.
You get from her that something along the lines of that it was the thing that killed him ran with orcs, and that she's not happy about that. So she thanks you for taking his body from those short, foul things.
Short, foul things, indeed.
Side note: she's really tall. I don't know, man. I think I mentioned like near 7 feet last time, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Cow. Okay.
The dead elf is also pretty tall in that same range, and she from her position she puts an arm around the body, slings it over her shoulder, and stands up. I am ready to go.
I mean,
Oh.
we all correct.
We got an NPC.
For the wraith to come back to the body as long as it knows where the body is, right? The argument could be made that this would be better just to stay for a little bit.
Also, you guys are mortal and need sleep. So I explained to her that the people that don't look like us, or her, need rest right now. Sleep.
Travel at night, sleep at day.
I proposed this to the party with the
So-
offering of
With
tea that will prevent your exhaustion.
One thing
I've done it
though
before.
for Nestriel and for the Hobbit, her words for day and night seem very strange.
Wait,
You're not
What do
sure
you
you
mean?
got it right. Like
Oh,
she
so
might
it's
have meant
like-
something else.
travel during the bright, shiny fire time.
Bright, shiny fire time.
Well, yeah, the word that you think was day sounded almost like a curse.
Oh. Oh shit. How about
I asked her
we
to
sleep?
explain.
Oh,
Drow.
many many years we lived under the starlight. We lived in the darkness, for that is who we are. And then, when the fire came, we hid.
Um,
All right.
are you Noldor?
I do not know this.
And I watch her face for any kind of reaction. Noldor.
Yeah.
Tatyar.
No.
Nelyar?
No.
Mm.
I can just make up some words and see if it works.
Those are old elvish races from the very beginning.
Hoodly doodly.
She wouldn't happen to be Minyar, would she?
No, no.
Did you try to say that one?
No?
Binyar, Winyar,
Minyar.
Linyar.
You know, I don't know how to say these words. Look, man.
I mean, if she wants to travel
doing
at
great.
night, I'm fine with that.
You're doing great.
I'm actually better at traveling at night.
I mean, if you guys don't mind sleeping, we can go with her now, but I kind of assumed that all of you...
Oh, screw it. I don't need sleep. Let's go.
Oh, Madeline, I can always count on you.
I can always hibernate in the winter.
You hibernate?
Not very
start-
successfully.
I start packing up my stuff.
Yeah, my stuff.
I start putting out the fire.
Maybe we should keep at least one torch lit.
Yeah.
It's a good way to make sure anyone else that's in the dark knows exactly where you are from a large distance.
Oh, balls. Like orcs.
I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
if orcs travel at night, but oh yeah, I do.
So I stuff out the fire.
Mhm.
Did you guys piss
No.
off any orcs recently? Are there any around? Yeah, no.
You know what? It's a good time to move, guys.
I hate when people like you do this. Ugh.
I'm gonna pull out little, like sweet roll biscuit things and hand one to everybody. They're infused with water lily. They will give you the benefit of a long rest.
I eat
Great.
one.
We just have to take a short rest first, so maybe hold on to those for now. I haven't had a
okay.
chance to make more yet.
Then I don't eat it?
Not yet.
Just, you know, if we get the chance to short rest.
I'll hold on to it.
I mean-
I'll,
You have a chance to short rest right now.
As we put out the fire.
Yeah, I mean, it takes 10 an hour, whatever, to get ready to go.
right.
Since you just broken camp down, pick it back up, figure out how you're going to carry the body. I mean, maybe she's just carrying it. Maybe you're putting it over a horse. I don't know.
I'm gonna leave that up to the people with horses.
Well,
The person with a
a
horse.
7 tall person, like even on the back of a horse, it's gonna be a wow.
I'm sure she can carry her
Just-
brother's body. It'll be fine.
Tie it down.
If she wants Dustcart to carry her brother, that's okay.
That frees up her arms in case she needs to defend herself.
The short
I think
answer.
now,
Yeah.
I should probably scout ahead in the direction we're going.
Okay.
He will bear the elf without him falling.
So
So
while
then, do you want to scout or do you want me to scout?
I can scout.
All right.
while we're pondering who's going to be the scout for this next journey and where the elf is going to be, I'm kind of curious where you're going.
We're just gonna follow her. Does she not know where to go?
So you're going. I mean,
I thought we were gonna go to her like homeland or whatever, or to the shaman to save her brother.
so you're just going to follow her east.
Can we ask her where we're going? Nestriel?
Yeah.
Is there anybody we can go to who knows
The
what
oldest
the
elf.
heck is going on?
The oldest elves I can think of that might be able to help us are either Thranduil or I don't have an established relationship with the elves of Rivendell, but we could probably go there as well.
Which one would be closer?
Rivendell's closer, I think.
No, you're on the east side of the Misties.
Yeah.
So you'd have to go over the Misty Mountains to get to Rivendell.
Yeah, that's right.
Thranduil's halls were pretty close to where you were before, so that's probably the most obvious. The other one on that list, which I think Gundir would at least be aware of, is that there's supposed to be some elves down in Lorien.
Yeah. That was
And
the
you
story, Kate.
hear there's like an elvish witch of immense power there that knows everything and destroys the hearts of men.
Yeah, that was the
So I'm not
story.
sure you're going to mention it, but I bring it up.
Was,
Oh, that's right. You had
the elves of Lothlorien. They were really nice to me. They greeted me by pointing arrows at my face and they gave me free room and board and asked me questions.
All right. So it seems like
Oh
you're
yeah.
ship with them. You'll take point.
Just a side note, I'm having fun statting up everybody in D&D 5th edition terms, like, say, Thranduil and Galadriel.
Mhm.
But I want everyone to know that Galadriel is, in fact, a warlock, just so you know.
Yay!
Stats are done.
who did she make a deal with?
God.
Herself.
It's on the character sheet.
Billy.
Great. I'll ask Galadriel next time I see her.
So where are we going?
Those are our options. We can follow her east. We can take it to my home and ask Thranduil for help, which will probably have mixed results. We can go to Rivendell over the mountains, or we can go to Lothlorien.
Which one do we have a higher chance of success with?
So east is towards your people, correct, Nestriel?
East would be towards Mirkwood, yes.
I have no strong opinion.
Mirkwood, I don't feel like that would be a good thing to bring a almost wraith.
I don't know that Thranduil would be particularly happy with us for bringing a wraith into his halls.
Yeah, maybe we should try either Rivendell or Lorien. It depends on whether you want to go over mountains or over terrain.
So I'm not sure that this impacts your decision, but from a game mechanics of terrain, the terrain to Thranduil's halls is the one below the worst, so it's not daunting, but like extremely hard. Going over the Misty Mountains, also really hard in game terms.
Yep.
Going to Lorien is just walking your way down the river, and it's actually easy terrain almost the entire way there.
And you know what else we could do? We could float. There's these things called boats.
It's an easy way to get a body down a river. The only
Sure, I don't know why
downside.
we would know that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've traveled up and down this place, so I definitely know that going to Lorien's probably going to be the easiest.
All right.
The only other
plan.
I
side
vote
note
for that one.
is that in theory, those orcs that you stole the body from were also more or less going that same direction.
Well, we can beat them because we're faster.
Or yeah. I mean, we can avoid them, right?
Yes.
We can sure try.
All right, let's do it.
Does the ancient elf agree?
Communicate our
Does
plans
she have a name?
and ask her name.
Yes. So her name is Wethril,
Westworld?
which is way like wraith. I don't know, but it's what's on there.
Wethril.
Wethril. Yes.
Okay.
How do you spell that?
Hey, I guessed correctly.
And and she's excited about the concept of like elder elves. I'm sure you explained it in some fashion like that. Like
Right.
she seems to have a lot of
Yep.
reverence for those that are older.
But not of her people.
Apparently I'm not of her people, but that makes sense.
You're not people. I remember this.
I'm not people.
Which was
I spend every
very bad
waking
way.
moment harassing her into teaching me to speak the language that she is speaking and telling me things. But
Sounds like a plan. So
politely.
you're
I mean, you
so
should ask
you're
her where
not
she got her
scouting,
sword.
you're not hunting. Okay, got it.
I mean,
My character? No, probably not.
ask her where she got her cool sword and if I can have one.
Oh
Hey,
yes, because she's so fond of you.
you gonna
Well,
be
you
using
don't
that
say
sword?
From me.
Okay, well, it is now time to start our journey. So first question that's is did you guys do the long rest as a short rest or the other way around? Thing
I
from the
definitely
herd?
think we should.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's do that. And then we'll travel at night.
So for you get a long rest benefits as well. The main thing there is that means that you can use your hit dice to restore hit points,
Yes.
and that's
Yes,
a big
we can.
deal. And you'll get a bonus from that for Kellyan's campfire story, which is actually told like over breakfast that
I
day.
haven't done my story yet, though. I even wrote it down.
Well, let's hear it then.
Let's do your story.
I had a story. It's more of like a spoof kind of a thing because I thought it was so cool. But who knows? I wrote it at like midnight last night.
That's the best time.
It was
Let's
so
hear that story.
she's like, so she sits down and looks at you guys and starts talking about her family and kind of gets all choked up. I remember the first time I went to battle. I didn't feel ready. I didn't feel strong enough. I didn't feel like I belonged, and I told my father that exactly. And he passed my shoulder and sat me down on a hill, and we were overlooking the war camp, and it was a very eerily peaceful time. Scratching his beard, he told me, "You'll find your way. You can go the distance. I don't care how far. Somehow you'll be strong. Every mile will be worth your while. One day, you'll find where you belong."
This
The next morning,
is it a comedy? Is this supposed to be funny?
the next morning, I faced down my enemies with my family at my side, and I knew right then that this was where I was meant to be. Perhaps I was wrong, and the only first step in a long journey that has led me to you guys. What I do know is that each and every one of you are part of it, and I can't ask for a better group of friends. So you guys add more detail. Like,
So surprisingly sentimental coming from you.
right? I know. I have a lot of things.
All I got was a cheap story about what the riddle of steel is.
Right.
You're pretty
So
sure
there's
Wethril didn't get much out of it.
I
Probably
do
not.
my best to translate, but something is certainly lost.
Okay.
Mostly because there's no ancient elven word for beard.
Right.
Probably.
What is this beard you speak of?
It's face hair?
Face hair. Scratches his face hair.
Humans are weird.
Yes.
Yes, they are. Okay, who's guiding for our journey?
I'll do it.
I mean, it makes sense. It's your country.
Yep.
Who's scouting?
I will.
Okay. Who's looking out?
I can do that.
Okay. I don't actually care about Hunter, by the way, if you didn't notice that last time either.
Right.
I did.
Okay, so Guide, you're making your initial D12 roll that includes your survival proficiency plus half your wisdom. It has a
Cool.
very small penalty this time, so because it's easy terrain.
Well, that's gonna be. It's gonna be 14.
Okay, so that maxes out on the chart because you're only at a -1. So you got from auspicious beginnings. You set out on a path that will likely show them wonders long since forgotten into dangers that most would quail at the thought of. Everyone who's quailing, raise their hand. Nope, no quailers. Okay. We didn't notice him. He's so short, you don't notice the hand.
Right.
So you add 2 to your journey events table. That's exciting. As we do our journey events. Let me roll some dice. Okay.
Boy traveling via tables.
Well, I mean, it's less monotonous than actual travel, right?
Yep.
I guess, yeah, we could literally spend this time just walking around. But
We could.
Okay, I'm going to do these in the opposite order because it makes more sense. Our first one, though, you've been traveling for a bit, and you see up ahead a lone traveler coming your direction. He looks to be relatively outdoorsish, I guess. But you can't see too much else at this point.
Not a lot of people travel by themselves. Is there anything weird I can sense off of this person?
Why don't Lookout, you give me a perception roll so that we know what's up with this one. Your target
So,
number is
as long
only
as
a 13.
it's not like a ghost or anything, right? Perception.
Well, we don't know the answer to that yet.
Well, because like automatically I can detect the presence or proximity of ghosts, shades, or wraiths of any kind.
Yeah, but it's not that close. That's why the Lookout's still looking.
So perception, and we're still in the wilderness, right?
Are you the Lookout or are you the Scout?
I'm
Aaron,
the Lookout.
yeah, you're the Lookout.
I'm the
Allred's the lookout.
Oh, all right then.
You roll.
What's that?
You roll.
I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
Ooh, hey, how about a 21?
Okay.
Good.
Woo.
How about it?
Told you I'm good.
Okay. Are you going to avoid them or go talk to them?
gonna go talk to him.
As a group, perhaps?
With a dark elf in our midst.
Oh,
That is
Or
is
easy.
this a group activity?
Or maybe at least some of us.
Willard, your charisma's pretty good, right?
Oh, I was gonna charisma back here. With the okay. I walk forward.
Discussing our party's lack of charisma. Who's going with Willett? Or are we sending him alone to his doom?
No, I'll go with Willard. Me and Willard.
I'll go.
I just scoop him up under the horse.
Okay.
It's all right.
So, yeah, you ride up towards the lone traveler who, stops as he sees you and, gives a shrug. He does have, a big walking stick, I guess you might call it. And comes up to you. And then he says, "Hi. How's it going?"
Hi.
Oh, no, sorry. I was talking to the horse.
Oh my god!
See him brown robes and all?
Yeah, he's totally brown.
I-
I
Do
will
I
remain
recognize
silent,
him?
but I'll reach down and give Dustcard a pet.
You can roll perception or lore to get more information about this encounter. Now that you're
Yeah.
close.
I will roll lore.
I'll
I have
definitely
that.
roll. I'll roll perception at least.
I got an 11.
I got an 18.
16.
Okay, so this makes perfect sense. Because the hobbits don't know anything, right? But the rest of you have hung out around Mirkwood, and you're aware that, especially because there's a wizard that hangs out at this place called Rose Goble, and they've said things about him. But one of the things they say about him is that he can talk to animals.
Yes.
And he appears to be currently having a conversation with your horse.
I look at the horse and wait for it to respond.
It does. Oh.
What?
Yeah.
In horse, baby. It didn't just suddenly turn into Mr. Ed.
Can we give the DM inspiration die? Because that was worth it.
That was good. Just keep going, Greg. That was wonderful.
I've been practicing my horse noises in my weekly campaign because Lucy plays a
Right.
character with a horse that she tries to talk to, and so I make horse noises.
Tries to.
Horse noises there. So that was practice. That's like my practice version of the.
Oh, that's the refined version. All right.
Fantastic.
But it's probably the only time you're going to hear that. We'll see.
We'll see.
Probably.
We'll see about
Dang
that.
it.
No.
So what you're saying
Oh.
is we need to convince Radagast to stay with us. Got it.
I mean, I'm totally lying. I will absolutely make horse noises again.
Mm-hmm.
Give me an opportunity. Anyways, speaking of that, he raises an eyebrow, bushy eyebrow, over his fur cap that he's got on, and looks up at the Hobbit and Min. Strange times indeed, huh?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Rumor in the forest is that the darkness of Angmar has found something to assist in growing the shadow of the south.
Huh?
That sounds about right.
But it seems
Do
like
you
to
have any
me,
idea what it is?
I have not learned, but I'm here traveling to see what the birds and beasts might know. And they tell me of orcs coming south, not less than a day's travel from here.
Yeah, there's definitely some orcs going south. That's for sure.
Yes, be careful. There's a rather large host of them.
So, Nestriel and Wethril,
Mhm.
are you stayed back, correct?
We were waiting essentially to be told that it's safe. So I don't want to tote around
And I
an unusual elf.
stayed back with them.
I mean, I'll definitely wave to you, Nestriel, that it's safe. This guy's totally not,
Totally chill.
totally chill.
All right.
Seems a little
And-
weird to me.
I can't leave Killian alone with
I mean, of course he's a little weird. He's a,
Wethril. So that
Yeah,
seems
that's
like
true.
a bad idea.
he's a wizard.
It's a wizard, Harry. But I'll poke my head out and see who it is.
At least I think he's a wizard. Are you a wizard?
I kind
Well,
of give you a little kick.
I've been called that for simple things.
Cool. I just wanted to be sure.
So for wizard, I rolled lore, and I got a natural 20. Yeah.
Ooh.
Uh-huh. That's a 25 for wizards.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so, oh, you remember now. That's the guy that Gandalf always talks about when he comes and visits the Shire. Like, he said he's got great tricks with animals or something, and
That would make sense.
really good at, like, ponies and stuff like that. I mean,
Oh.
like, Gandalf's good at fireworks, right? So,
Oh. What? Can we... Wait! Nestriel! Nestriel, come over here!
I'll jog up
Bring what's-her-face!
and
Bring what's
wave,
her face?
wave all of the girls. The girl squad will roll up.
The girl squad.
I'm assuming I recognize this person.
yes, well, certainly with the indications that have been made.
Radagast, it's
It's that
so
one
nice to
dude.
see you again.
This is
How have you been
Radagast.
doing?
Oh, you already know him. Right.
Oh,
Hmm.
yes, I met him in the woods, in the southern Mirkwood. We fought and killed Senephra, the Spider Queen. She was very well. I didn't kill her. I helped. Legolas did
What?
most of the fighting.
Spider
Uh,
Queen?
Name drop, name drop. Boom.
But Radagast, it's very good to see you again. I'm hoping you might be able to help us with an issue that we've encountered. This is Wethril. We think she's a Vari.
Well,
Because she didn't say she was anything else, and I don't have any other options.
well, that would be,
Thoughts?
well, if that's outside my sphere, but that's something that, if that's true, the White Council should probably know.
Mm-hmm.
The what?
Oh, there's a council of the wisest in Middle Earth that from beyond the sea, and myself, I am a member. He like puffs up a little bit. I myself am a member of the White Council, although I'm mostly a master in the method of birds and plants, whereas those who know the elves better would be more relevant.
I mean, that's why we're going to Lorien.
We were headed to Lothlorien. Medlinor has been there before. Gesturing at Gunder.
I'm standing there with my chest, wearing my warg helmet.
Oh, well, that sounds good. I will make sure and let the lady know you are coming. But I myself need to check out these orcs and see what darkness comes to southern Mirkwood. That forest. There's much work to be done there.
If you run into Yurza during your travels, tell her I said hi.
Well, sir, I'm sure that if these orcs need, if something needs to happen to these orcs, that Ursa might be involved.
I mean, I hope so. She's never usually one to turn down a fight.
Well, he gives a blessing to all of you, including Westriel says something in Elvish. They have a. It's mostly just a good luck. She is confused by him.
Most of us are.
I ask the
I
good
clap.
wizard. I ask him if he could tell Dustcart thank you for his assistance to me throughout my life.
Tell him he's a good boy.
That's right.
The best boy.
He's the best boy.
Oh, sure. And he says something similar to Dustcart, and Dustcart does, because we needed one more of these. Pats Dustcart and gives you a smile, pats you on the leg probably because you're on a horse, and continues his journey to the north.
Cool.
This
And
was good.
you all lost one shadow point, if you had any,
Yay.
from that the good wholesomeness of.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but it was good.
He's pretty neat.
And then you continue on your journey.
Mm.
The journey will bring you to the Glades of Lorien, which is considered one of the wonders of Middle-earth. So let me look up the mechanical benefits of Wonders of Middle-earth.
Ooh, boy.
I mean, Lauren's fucking gorgeous. I'm just gonna say that right now. Like, I can say how cool it looks, but you guys are gonna see it and be like, you undersold this place. And I'm like, I know, because I'm bad at words.
Oh, it looks like you have to make a wisdom or intelligence check to appreciate the beauty of Lorien.
Oh boy.
A wisdom or intelligence?
Yeah,
To appreciate the beauty.
it's investigation or, I guess, perception then, huh?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
perception.
That.
Okay.
Investigation. I'm good at that. I got a 15.
19 on perception.
I rolled a 20 plus 5 is a 25.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, you are enamored by the wonders of Lorien there.
Well, I come from the freaking steppes. I lived in a hut most of my life.
Yeah, this is absolutely nothing like that at all, right? I mean, you got the mountains in the background, the three peaks of the dwarf Karahadris and the like are right there in the background. They're the biggest mountains you've probably ever seen. And then there's this glade of Lorien where the trees are silver and gold. It's pretty spectacular, and you can make some mark about enamored by Lorien, and then good thing because it was a critical success, not a failure.
Yay!
I'm having well. Anyways, so all of you got a 13 or higher, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
15.
Oh, good. That'll add to your rival roll. Fantastic. And you remove some exhaustion, but this trip didn't really exhaust you very much. So, in fact, this was by far one of the nicest trips you will ever take in this entire campaign.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
The terrain was easy. You ran into Radagast, and hey, you got to go to Lorien. And they might not even shoot you, although we're going to get into some of that.
Wait, what?
This is great.
I told you, man. Elves, this is how they greet you. They point arrows at your face. Just calm down.
I mean, yeah, look at what happened with what's face.
It's pretty true. Definitely how we say hello in Mirkwood.
I mean,
If we have to.
that's how I first met Nestriel, was having a bunch of her guys pointing arrows at me.
Well, at least it wasn't me, right?
It was good times.
It was good times.
Okay, so our guide, we're going to get to the arrival, at least for the moment, but that means our guide is rolling a d8, and you get to add
All right.
2 to this roll, 1 for the wonders of Middle Earth and 1 for the easy terrain.
Well, sounds great to me. That's 9. I rolled a 7.
Okay, you guys are doing good, maxing out the table this time around. You are
That's gonna be
inspired
good, right?
and filled with hope.
Yay!
Woo!
It's better than last time.
You all gain an inspiration
Hey!
and remove 2 points of shadow, which I don't think any of you have at this point. But that's okay.
No.
It's good to keep that from happening. Together, you have weathered hardships, faced dangers, and preserved their faith in themselves, and all that blah blah stuff. That's actually mostly relevant for Wethril, though. To be fair, let me reduce some of her shadow
Oh yeah.
and give her inspiration. Ooh, yeah, it's good she's getting that shadow removed.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's that she got some shadow. She got some shade.
Sure did. Okay, and with that, you're going to arrive at Lorien, and we're going to call that the end of tonight's session. A little short, but we had a late start, and that gives us an opportunity, to prepare Lorien for you.
Yay!
Right.
How badly that goes for you. I mean, good.
Wait, what?
What? Hey, whoa!
She's a witch that can look into your heart and control your mind.
Hey, are you gonna NPC that or?
We will absolutely.
I'm
I
in
will
danger.
absolutely ping our Gladriel player, see if he wants to join us as a guest next time around.
Oh, that's exciting.
So good.
Oh god, that's good.
So I'm going to think about that a little bit before, but that's one of the things with the Lords of Middle Earth going on is one of the goals. So I'm glad that you picked a direction that had a player character there, and we'll see how that goes.
Deal with those
If not,
consequences.
I'll just be NPCing Gladriel. Things can happen. Also, I'm going every 2 sessions or so. I'm going to give you guys a level so you can level up.
Ooh, badass.
I mean, I feel like the fight against the wraith is the sort of thing that makes you better and stronger because it did not destroy you.
Yeah. I mean, we defeated it.
I have the power.
Defeated. Scared it off.
I defeated a wraith and I defeated an orc captain.
You keep telling yourself that, buddy.
You're doing pretty good.
One of those is definitely true.
I feel like we need to get they actually put it in the dwarf category as a virtue, but there's the one where you get +1 to all attacks if you pick a partner, and then you argue about who gets the most kills during a fight.
Well, we already know
Rob.
who those are.
Right. See, I mean,
I'm already ahead, so I don't know why you're.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, yeah. I mean, while he was fighting that one person, how many people did you take out? How many orcs?
Yeah, I took out a lot more while you were fighting one-on-one with Mr. Badass. It's like this is a numbers game, so it doesn't matter how badass the guy you were fighting was. So I win.
Mama kill still only counts as 1.
Oh, wop wop.
No, you guys are gonna love Lothlorien. They've got these like tiny rooms with really heavy doors that don't open, and they give you food. It's pretty cool.
Sounds like a jail.
I mean, it's
I
an improvement.
Gandir, I worry about you sometimes, dear.
Look, man, having food brought to you is a lot easier than having to hunt it yourself.
That's true.
You're not wrong.
When it comes to you, you just sit there. I mean, ponder, where your life is, I guess. If you're into that.
I mean, the small window had a pretty view, so that was okay.
So it's really like a staycation.
Yeah.
I get behind that, Gandir. I got that.
Oh boy.
I mean, they let me go, but it's fine. You know, just a couple days of them asking you questions. It's great.
What kind of questions? How do they go about asking them?
I mean, some of them were kind of like, you know, they were kind of aggressive, but it's hard to be aggressive when you're, you know, that short and skinny.
Right.
What?
Not emotional. Like their flat emotions are just like like talking to a tree.
It's like it's funny that you think like a dozen arrows would stop me.
I mean, eventually they could.
The thing is that is eventually.
That's the key word right there. I like your positivity. That was a
Okay.
great friend.
So thanks everyone for the session tonight. And we will kick off with Lorianne next week. At least at the moment.
Sweet.
With a, and I'll get to name an episode something about Lorianne, so that'll be great too.
Yeah.
Yay!
Okay. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.